because what we're going to do is, around about halfway through the display, we're going to move the barriers. So those of you standing up on the bank there, we're going to move the barriers down across the road here, so that for the second part you'll be able to see the front of the house there to your right hand side. So there will be a short break in it. Okay, so as I said, welcome to the Kent Police Public Order Unit display, and what we're going to go through today is what is the protective equipment that we give our officers that undertake this role. How does that protect them? What are the specialist roles that we have within public order? And then we're going to have a short dynamic display to show you some of the tactical options that we provide Kent Police to get into houses and things like that. So first of all then, we've got a PSU officer. This is Sergeant Tom McCall from North Kent. And he is dressed in all the protective equipment that we give our level 2 officers. So a PSU, or a police support unit, is made up of 25 officers that are split between 3 vehicles. So the equipment that he's got there is, next to the skin, he's got a long bottoms and long sleeve top that's made of a natural fibre, and the idea of that is that if he gets into a position where petrol bombs are being thrown, that will stop the heat burning his skin. So above that, but below his overalls, he's got pads on his arms, on his legs, on his torso, to make sure that if there are any missiles or anything thrown that get past his shield, then that will stop injury to his limbs and to his torso. Then next to his boots, he's got steel toe cap boots with a steel shank that runs through the sole in case he stands on anything sharp. And then moving up, he's got the fireproof head over that goes underneath the helmet, that's got a removable visor, or a visor that can go up and down. Also on his belt there, he's got a fire extinguisher and a long baton. So you're probably used to seeing officers carry the friction lock batons that extend. Well, this one doesn't. This is a solid baton, and it's made of a polycarbonate. So that's what we issue to our public order officers. Thanks very much, Tom. So within public order then, we have a few specialist roles. One of those being the role of an evidence gatherer. You can always tell the evidence gatherers, firstly, because they've got a camera usually in their hands, and secondly, because they wear those orange shoulder flashes. The idea of that is they are still a level 2 officer trained to the same standard, but the idea is that they can get into the heart of any disorder in order to record what's going on there, in order to get best evidence to secure prosecutions later on. So that's the role of the evidence gatherer, usually work in pairs. We've also got method of entry officer. All level 2 officers are trained to use this equipment that Dave's carrying here. So he's got the normal protective equipment on. In his left hand there, he's got what's known as a hoolie bar. That's a bit of a play on words from the inventor of that, whose name was Halligan, who was a fire department New York officer, who invented that multi-use tool for getting into premises. So that will lever open, outward opening doors, it will smash windows, etc, etc. It's available in a different lengths, and that's probably the shortest one that we own there. On Dave's shoulder is the enforcer. That's probably what you're used to seeing on the telly, on the cop shows where they smash doors in with that. Exactly the same thing. It weighs around about 16 kilos or 35 pounds, and swung with enough force it can put up to about 4 tons of pressure on the door. So most front doors will give as a result of that. Next we've got our our nurses who look after us within those situations, because of course we're always going to be in confrontational situations where people are likely to be injured. So whether it's officers that get injured or whether it's the public, we have highly trained medical officers there that are able to deal with most initial treatment that people would need in that kind of situation until they get to hospital where they can be cared for more extensively. So those are some of the roles that we have within the world of public order. Kent Police have got around about 430 officers trained to be level 2 officers, and they've all got their normal day jobs as well. That's not exclusively their job, they carry out other roles, and then when called upon, they can perform the role of a PSU officer. So we mentioned earlier about the protective qualities, protective capability of some of the equipment that we have. One of those is that it must be fireproof to a certain extent. And what we're going to demonstrate now is an officer walking through 2 petrol bombs that are going to get thrown on the floor and show you the level of protection. So as you can see, Sergeant McCall has got no shield. However, as the petrol goes down now, you can see that he can walk through that. And the petrol that was, or where his foot was on fire there, wasn't actually his foot burning, that was just the petrol burning on his foot, and as he stamps his feet, the petrol then rolls off because of the type of material that we have, those overalls are made of. The petrol will just roll off and not cause him any harm. So that is the kind of protective equipment that we offer our officers in order to protect them from harm. What we're going to run through now is a short scenario where this could be any street in Kent, where we have someone being quite seriously assaulted in the street. Let's see what happens. Boo! Look how bad he's look. So someone getting beaten up in the street. Where are the police when you need them? Oh, here they come.
Attention, this is a police warning. Disperse immediately or force may be used. No further warning will be given.
So a warning is given to the people to move back, and obviously our priority here is to get first aid to this person who's been assaulted and is laying in the street. Of course we're going to do that safely. So the officers will get out of the vehicle in their kit with their shields, and as quickly as they can, but in a controlled way, they will get in front of the person that needs first aid and force them back. That means then that our medic can get hold of the person and render first aid where it's necessary, whilst the other officers keep that sterile area. So we try and keep that cordon there as straight as we can so that we keep the sterile area. We can get the person who needs first aid out as quickly as possible. So once we've managed to withdraw the person that needs some help, and get them treated, our next priority now is to get the people that have done this and arrest them and put them before the court. So, as you can see, they've gone back into the house. The officers will be approaching the house in a moment. Let's see what sort of level of resistance they're going to get. So the people are coming out with petrol bombs now. So they've had missiles thrown at them, they've attacked them with baseball bats, and now they're going to throw petrol at them. So the officers put a shout off of petrol so that all officers know what's happening. Good, so we keep that as tight as we can, looking after one another, and the officers then, the offenders then go into the house and close that metal grille behind them. So this is where we're going to have a short break, ladies and gentlemen, so we can clear up this petrol all over the floor of the glass. When we move those barriers, what we'll do is we're going to put them across here. If you can just stay up on the bank until we ask you to move, that would be good. So we're just going to clear away the glass. Please be aware that there will still be small bits of glass on the road down here, so watch what you're doing.